Hi.
Hi.
We're gonna first of all, thank you for the warm reception for our first few things that we threw up. I know it was a little chunky because we threw it up.
There we go. Okay.
We'll cut that. It's been nice. People have been kind to us getting started on YouTube. It's been I mean, it's inevitable since I'm a white dude with a beard.
Everyone's gonna love you.
I'll just end up on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna do a little commentary kind of thing for the short film we made last year. Do a little, I don't know, somewhere in here, a little picture-in-picture, then pause it and talk about it.
Are we gonna be in the picture-in-picture?
No, I think that the movie will be like,
okay.
So that if we're talking about, or we could throw us down there.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
The movie might be up here,
Or we might be.
or it might be here.
Uh,
We haven't decided. Before we get started, should we talk about like it just in general a little bit?
Yeah, I figured we could tell maybe a little bit of the story behind it. I mean, not like there's too much, but I don't know. I think I got a lot out of what we did from that.
Yeah. Oh, should you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I guess I haven't really been on camera.
I've been on camera, but I also haven't introduced myself
no,
either.
yeah. Maybe we just leave it a mystery and be like, who
Yeah.
is?
Well, I'm Jordan.
No. I'm Jordan.
I'm Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, we were.
Unfortunately. Talk about how this came to be?
Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of input about how this came to be.
Well, it started out as a joke.
As I think many of our projects.
Oh wait,
do.
fuck! No, I should probably talk about the right short film. I was going to talk about the next
Oh
one.
no! Oh yeah.
The next one started out as a joke. I had the idea for what if zombies were pests, not threats, and through some conversations with friends, kind of figured out some ideas for it, and then was like, oh, I can make this a socialist Trojan horse.
Yes.
Make this about it's the pressure society puts on us that our identity is based off of our career, our jobs, and if we don't have a job, what are we? Brainless zombies, according to what we live in, which is a society.
Society, yeah. No, I think at least from my side of the kind of origins of this film, what was it? I came up to the bar one night, and I think you asked to hang out, and I show up, and you're like, I've got a short film. We're gonna make it. It was just like, there it is.
Oh yeah, like I had the idea July 3rd of last year, and then I think I had a script July 5th, and then we started filming 2 weeks later. It was one of those things where it was like, if I don't do this right now, it's never gonna get done, and I need to just do it. Shot over 2 days.
Two principal.
Yeah,
those 2
got
days.
some pickups and some other stuff.
But yeah, I mean, all told, it was two days of principal photography plus we had one scene to get with one other person, and the rest were pickup shots with. We had a couple zombies in there.
Yeah, Grace and Eugene.
But all told, only filmed it over 4 total days.
Yeah.
Just with the other 2 being stuff we missed. It was really relatively quick on the production. The post-production was where the bulk of the time was spent.
Yeah. So
a lot of learning in that one.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where there was no like long-term plan for this project. It was something that I mean, at least from my perspective, was kind of sprung up quickly, but I don't think I would have preferred it to be any other way. If that had not happened last year, we wouldn't have had the enthusiasm, the momentum to keep working on stuff, and found ourselves here now, preparing to we're pre-production for the next one.
Yes.
As well as the video content we're making. And I'm just kind of happy it worked out that way. I don't think we could have, if we had planned it any longer or any more thoroughly, I don't know if it would have happened.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then there were times where we were filming where I didn't think it was going to happen. People not showing up and having to recast on the fly.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, though, the people we got to act in it, though, I'm really happy with how that turned out.
Oh,
I'm really, really grateful for the people that were able and willing to show up on the fly and just contribute to something they had no idea what they were getting themselves into.
There was Justin, who was, I think husband would be the character name. He's a buddy of ours, and I needed someone to fill the role, and I was just like, hey, you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And then he has kind of like the runaway performance of
at least the favorite line, I think.
Like a dumbass. I still say it. Anyway, we should probably just get started.
Yeah, might as well. Probably gonna be a lot of pausing throughout this to tell some stories. But,
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay, actually, would you grab my drink off the table?
Yeah.
This is a rambly intro we got going.
Yeah, we've lost every viewer at this point.
Yeah. So,
Y'all ever seen one of these?
how loud is this? Let me check the...
Thanks for coming out so quick.
Oh yeah. We've already started the movie, and here's the thing: is we're gonna pause it right here. This was not supposed to be the opening. We actually have a completely different opening shot. Still the same scene, but the opening shot we probably throw it up somewhere in here.
Yeah.
There's no color correction, no post done on it, no audio redone on it. So it's very, very rough. It doesn't look good, but that's why we ended up changing it too. Is it just didn't work out. It was one of my most like intentional shots of the whole thing, where I was like, this shot is so important to the beginning of this, and then it just didn't work, and so we did this instead. And I think it works. It's not what I wanted, but it still works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it still kind of services that little bit of not important who these people are.
Yeah.
It's just this is a normal occurrence. It's just something that happens.
Yeah, and that's the original shot had me and Melissa walking with our backs to the camera, just to be like, you don't know who the main character is at this point. You don't know who they are. These people are unimportant, and that was a thing that I wanted to get across, and it just didn't work. But you know what's better than not seeing faces and only seeing backs is not seeing them at all.
Yeah, just get a little bit of voiceover.
Like I said, Melissa did the ADR here. This whole
How many did you see?
movie, except for one scene,
Well, there's one. There's probably.
except for one scene is
Yeah.
completely ADR.
Yeah.
Had to redo all the voices.
Not even just that. I think all but about 3 sound clips in this entire thing were done.
Yeah. Oh wait, this flashlight. I love the musical cue there. To stop it, that flashlight's fake.
Yep. Yeah. You can kind of see the brightness hover over it a little bit.
If you really watch it, you can tell. Oh, also the footsteps here set the tempo for the soundtrack that just started.
That felt like a bit of a eureka moment coming upon the sound effect for the
We
footsteps.
did these footsteps you're hearing. It's a combination of my knuckle against my accordion case and a toilet paper roll against the accordion case, and just stacked.
Good, gives that good heel toe.
Yeah. And we have unfortunately used autofocus, which we will no longer be doing.
Yeah, again, I think I said earlier, we definitely learned a lot during the production for this one.
Oh, that zoom was our DP Nathaniel. It was his idea. He was like, "Hey, can we try a zoom on this?"
Zombies.
Eugene and Grace there.
That was one of the pickup shots we did.
Yeah, I think the only shot that I actually filmed, and we filmed it on the phone.
On my phone. Didn't hold on it too long. Oh, I think, God, we almost have to just talk about.
You want to pause and talk about this?
This whole scene, from the sound to the visuals of hacking up the zombies.
It was some of the most fun I've ever had.
I almost wanted to say like how we did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was all filmed that first day, right?
Yeah.
We did the basement on day
110 degrees.
You know, we tried to go, do the red food dye and corn syrup, or think of ideas like that. But did we do so? We did
Corn syrup.
We did some corn syrup, but I think that actual one where you see the blood kind of splashing onto the floor. We were just trying to make it, just red. It was just water with red food coloring, and we are just like, this needs to be just sloppy and messy.
Yeah, and that was my basement. We didn't clean it up.
But then I think that we had that scene kind of half formulated until we got to the sound effects, and that was when everything started to come together. It was done with first thing recording was celery.
Celery, snapping the celery.
From that moment, you just snap it, and I was like, yeah, I think we're onto something good here.
It was so good. And then took that machete to a watermelon. It's some of those which once it was hacked up enough, dumping it out.
Oh yeah, it was just sloppy. Like I think if you look at the premiere, the tracks on it, all the different audio channels.
Uh-huh.
It's layered about 6 deep with just different sound
Yeah.
effects to get everything timed right, and then so you have enough of the watermelon sloshing out to the kind of the bone breaking sound of the celery.
And I imagine it had to have been difficult for you putting those sounds in, because how often was a really good sound effect take ruined by us giggling?
God.
Yeah, I think we only had a handful to work with after it was all said and done. We were just too proud of ourselves for that one. It was I was surprised by it. Once it happened, I was like, no, I think we hit something good here.
Yeah. And obviously, in this scene here, I'm not really hitting anything. I kind of like it. It's obvious schlock. Like,
Which is very much what we're going for.
yeah. I hate that we had to ADR everything. I like how it's hard to tell. Once you know, you know.
Yeah.
But my performance was so much better before.
Well, I think the conditions around the recording was a difficult part too. It was sitting on a folding metal chair in a closet with the blanket wrapped around. It was not conducive to a good performance.
Yeah. They Might Be Giants here, which is great. A couple years ago, they were doing a Q&A on Twitter, my favorite band. And so I shot them a question. I was like, hey, looking to make some short or a film or short film, whatever. Wanted to try to get into festivals. How much would it cost to use a song of yours? And John Flansburgh, the singer in this song and guitarist, messaged back and was like, you're asking us? Just do it. We won't give you any trouble. That's a blanket statement. I have the tweet saved. I am using this forever. I'm using their music forever and always. Until like I have the ability to hopefully one day make films professionally, they will get it a moony. But until I'm not making money on it or anything, I'm like, they said I could. So we got 2 of them in here.
We're gonna see how long that leash actually runs.
Oh, if we're talking about music, actually, really, really quick, I want to talk about the score from the first scene.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I composed that. Any score, any incidental music in here is me. And if you pay attention from that first scene to the last scene, it's the exact same score except mirrored. It's in about 4 movements, short movements. So what it ends with in the first scene is what it begins with in the last scene. And that little piano twinkle that I use in the beginning, I do change that for the end. But just moving up, I'm using the Lydian mode, doing that C, F sharp, that raised 4th, and then in the end, changing it to a G to make that melancholy major 7 feel. So I mean, there was 1 note change between it, but it's almost an exact inversion of the beginning, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I like putting in. No one's gonna notice, but if they do,
we
thank
had
you. But it's not the best song that shows up in here. Let's find out what it is.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Oh, here's one of my favorite shots coming up after this segment, though. Yeah, this was the first thing we filmed.
Very first thing.
You can see Nathaniel's bag in the shot.
And bike.
And
too.
the bike was
the bike was there,
chained up when we got there.
Yeah, but that's Nathaniel's bag.
That's Henry's. That's kind of what people champ their bikes places. But this shot right there, the car passing by.
I hate this shot. Looks like not even moving.
Everything that was filmed in a vehicle was a little bit kind of figuring out what we were doing at the time.
There's Jimmy. We never got his ADR because I forgot, so he is silently reacting to being grabbed.
Very, very stoic.
Yeah. There's Wakas, who let's see, I think this was filmed the first day. The second day after we wrapped on Principle and went to the bar to drink our sorrows away, because we'll get to what happened that last day.
Yes.
When it's up.
There's one of the few sound effects that is original.
The door. There's my beautiful wife, Clara. Wakas had a few drinks and was just heaping praise on it. I don't know if you remember this. Just how proud he was of us, and it was very sweet.
That was after filming?
Yeah, this is my favorite transition right here.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think I thought of that day.
Yeah, that was in the moment.
That keypad should be lit up when it's black, but we black that out. Little little movie magic.
Oh, do you want to talk about the whiteboard at all?
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
everything on there is a little bit of a
Yeah, there.
in-joke.
Oh, that whiteboard. I thought you were talking about the one by Clara, which is completely whited out also.
Oh, I
There's
forgot
writing
about
on
that.
it, yeah.
I think there's hardly any shots.
Yeah, pause
in
it
this.
here. Let's talk about
What all
the
is on
whiteboard.
there.
Okay, so what's behind? Oh, test.
Yeah, so test date.
April 21st. Because what's the character's Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Studying for the GED, so that's the day of his test. Bloom Toddlers, your last name, and if you, what is it? What is supposed to be the second day? There's a tally that's moved over from to go to down, implying that within that time period, I have killed a toddler.
Yeah, a lot happens in that time, but we don't see
we
it.
don't explore it. Harrison Ford zombie. I mean,
Question mark?
It's
On the lookout, or
yeah, like
I don't think there was too much.
yeah. What's the middle one there? Get.
Let's see, basket back
From. It's. I have no idea. I'm gonna get a little closer. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Oh. Get bullet back. Oh, get
From-
bullet back from Shotgun Willie. Oh, it's a Willie Nelson reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I lent him a bullet. Shotgun Willie is my favorite Willie Nelson song. But then what's the top one? Something about Uptown Haunting, but I don't remember what's up there. Do we talk about Keith?
I think that's.
Do we keep Keith a mystery
I
for
think
now?
that's the eternal question: is who is Keith?
Who is Keith? Keith.
Do we have an answer for who Keith is?
Keith is my Silent Bob. Keith is what connects everything that I do.
Yeah.
Keith is in almost everything I make, and I have a story for Keith and how he gets from story to story. I'm not going to explain exactly who or what Keith is currently.
I don't think you've explained to me everything about Keith yet. Even it's still a bit of a mystery.
Okay, who is Keith?
Who is Keith? That's
It's he's the key to everything. This is currently George Lucas standing in front of the storyboards for Phantom Menace, pointing at Jar Jar Binks and going, Keith's the key to everything. That's what this is right now. Keep an eye out for Keith, y'all.
Yeah, just be aware.
Beware.
Beware. Be very aware. Let's see how many shots. Also, keep an eye out on these keyboards or keep the monitors in the background
Because some of those get blacked
every
out
single
too.
one. Yeah.
So where the hell are we even filming this, Jordan?
Where the hell are we?
What is my office? It seems like my office has some weird things in here. What even is this place?
Well, being so graciously allowed to film at Breakout in Lawrence.
Breakout Lawrence. This is an escape room that is. The business is still there.
Yeah.
This room is no longer there.
But at the time, it was the one that looked most like an office.
Like an office. So we
decided to do it. It was stock exchange, so it had to be all businessy. That briefcase in the background. Yeah, Wayne doesn't really carry a briefcase, but
that's bolted to the desk.
I think even that laptop on the desk isn't even fully shut because...
Oh, there's a keypad in it.
Yeah,
like
everything...
we couldn't close it.
Basically, everything on there is like we didn't really have much choice in dressing. We
Yeah.
could maybe move the lamp and the tape dispenser, but...
Yeah, this is one of those things that, unfortunately, we couldn't do a lot of set dressings. This is not a good office for the character of Wayne. To have the briefcase, a laptop, and two monitors. He would not be this technologically inclined.
I mean, I would almost more picture him in like a maintenance shop, you know? It's,
yeah, and that's kind of what I had envisioned in the script was like, everything's super super simple, but like use what you can.
Yeah, absolutely. It does the job it's supposed to. Though I don't think anybody has any question walking into the scenes that were filmed at Breakout, being like this, except for maybe the puzzle pieces on the wall in the lobby.
Yeah,
it's a little.
Just don't think about it.
But I'm like, I forget even when I'm watching it again, I forget that they're there. But I think it does the job really well. You have it set up like the lobby is obviously there for some kind of reception. So you got the computer, and it looks good. The phone was obviously
fake.
It's fake. It's an old phone, but
that's actually a phone from one of our other rooms.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's from the Y2K room. The 1999 New Year's party room.
So we had to get that, but corded phone it worked well for that.
Yeah, I like the idea of them using. That's the thing is like another reason why I don't feel like this set really works for the character is like of course they're still using a corded phone. Like Wayne's, I'm not trying to imply that he's dumb or simple or stupid, but like giving the implication that there's not much more to his life other than his job, but he's still trying to get more out of his life, and that's why he's doing the GED thing. I thought that was super important. I know it's so small to be touched on, but kind of shorthand for showing he's trying to do more. If this were a longer piece, maybe we'd see more with that. Not necessary to see more in this short thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people have asked if we were going to make a sequel or make it longer, do anything else. No.
No, I mean, I think we talked about how it could be done.
It could be done.
But not in a way where we were, like, planning on.
I don't have a story for it right now.
No.
If I revisit these characters at some point and feel like there's more to say with it, then maybe. But as of right now, like, no.
It said everything that
Yeah.
we needed to say. I think we got some fun scenes coming up here.
So this chair the amount of movement that chair did, I love that cover. The amount of movement that chair did is much more than the movement from that one side of the desk to the other.
You could just literally rotate the chair in that same amount of space.
And just turn it. Hey, look, some priority stocks.
Yeah, we tried to hide that as much as possible.
Drool.
Yeah, this shot was not necessarily our favorite, but under a lot of constrictions with that one.
Yeah.
Pouring water onto the book, we only had a few chances at that shot.
I like this little transition. There's Justin, who I was talking about earlier. Justin Zaruba, go check out his book series. He's working on his 4th novel in the series right now.
Pyongyang Times bestseller.
Pyongyang Times bestseller. Like a dumbass, he just said.
And luckily for us having Justin, this is Taylor, one of his friends who was gracious and kind enough to show up and help us out with...
Oh, this song is the best song in the whole thing.
Can't forget.
You usually keep the TV on for. Yeah, like he hit her up when our other person wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
And hate this shot.
Oh, but she killed it. She
that was
so
a pickup
enthusiastic.
there.
Yeah.
I like how that turned out.
Because the breaking news logo we added about a month or two after filming this all.
Okay, so this here is also filmed at the desk that Clara was sitting at. We needed a desk for like a news thing, but ended up just doing a tight enough shot. This could have been done literally anywhere. But this is Brian Reynolds, our friend.
And Brian Reynolds' green screen.
And his green screen.
He was kind enough
to let us use, so this is also the only other thing that has the only scene that has its original audio.
Oh yeah, this one here.
But yeah, this was at that front desk, and which I was really adamant about in like production. I was like, we got it at the front desk because we need a desk in it. We need to have a desk because like he's an anchor. He has to sit behind a desk.
I think the funniest part about filming this here, that location, was there's one part, I think it's at the end of this line when he's going to the press conference, you can just barely hear a motorcycle going by in the background. It's super quiet. I tried as much as I could to have the level just drop out at the end of that clip, but you can barely hear it start to come in, and it's one of the few times where we got a couple of outside sound effects.
This is breaking news for all we know that they're interrupting the X Games.
Oh yeah, I mean, you mean the thongs on dogs?
That's the X Games.
That's the X Games. That's my X Games.
That's mine. That's yeah.
But yeah, let's get to one of my favorite sequences in the entire...
Yeah.
Because we did both of our masterful chroma key efforts in this one scene here.
First of all, this asshole. I am never working with him again. This was filmed in a different breakout room that had a podium in the middle.
I think we filmed in basically every room except Civil War. We did something from every room.
Yeah.
Can I just gush a little bit about this?
Oh, one? For sure.
We filmed that on. There's a small podium. It's actually a display case for a basketball. So it's not meant for speaking. It's not. It's just a flat surface that we thought might be good representation of it. But we had the green screen set up behind it. We knew we were going to be using that, and so I was looking for images, and I was like, we'll do the White House press conference. That's perfect. It's the Secretary of the Afterlife. It's a very official federal position. But I found this one image of just the stand with nothing behind it, and I was like, well, I think we can do some work with this. And I just decided to go in and just mask out the podium, and it ended up just lining up perfectly. I was surprised, just blown away by that one. I think we might be up there almost with Neil Breen. on our green screen efforts.
I think when I had the idea for this scene is when I absolutely knew like what this was. When I thought of the U.S. Secretary of the Afterlife, I was like, okay, I understand this world now.
That's what it all.
I get what kind of place this takes place this takes place in. But it's just not as happy as I was writing the name of the show Thongs on Dogs. That was like high-fiving a million angels.
I think every aspect of Thongs on Dogs was just some sort of magnum opus type effort. I mean, I guess if you've seen both this film and our first episode of For Your Reconsideration, you can see how much we absolutely love that music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, and I was just talking about the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I was sitting at a computer writing, and I was like, oh, I should have a name of a show that they're interrupting. What is it? And when that came, I think I laughed out loud and like did one of these, and then
just going finding people to high five.
Yeah. Fuck this dude so much. Not the character, the actor.
Yeah, this Drew Carey looking motherfucker.
Drew Carey ass fucking. Oh wait! I want to talk about this really quick. That shot from the very beginning of this, of him like looking shocked at the camera, wasn't intended. Oh. We just kept doing takes over and over and over. So the beginning of that, the beginning of that take was the end of the previous take where he says like amazing, and I kept that little bit in because I was like, oh, it looks so
like he's shocked about what happened. So we get to hear, and I think he gets some great delivery on this line too.
And that mustache. Here's the thing: is like he told me he would do a mustache for this, and his wife was like, "Oh, finally, he's doing a mustache. I've been married to him for so long, and I've never seen him with a mustache. I cannot wait." And then he did it, and she was like, "Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that once you're done."
You know, I've seen this clip so much more since the last time I've seen Brian. I forgot that was just for that.
Yeah.
Like I keep forgetting. I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't rock the mustache regularly. No. That was a one-time thing.
I asked him if he would, and he was like, yes, I will.
I think it looks good.
I think it looks good.
It's definitely like, maybe it's not Brian, but I think it looks good.
I think I would love to see it come back. Along with our Patreon down below, we're gonna go ahead and put a petition to have Brian bring back his mustache.
Yeah. Let's make it happen, people.
Amazing. What a performance.
Honestly, this should be one of the most devastating scenes in the entire film, but I think we realized we're like, this is just a roller coaster of emotions, of jokes.
This is one of the biggest laughs right there.
We have to talk about that one. Yeah. That it's not even what it started out as.
When I got that from her, we were getting just zombie noises. I don't even think the idea was originally to have her make that sound. But
we wanted to do, I think it was that clip because you wanted to get just a pull to it right before the end of the scene.
Yeah.
Just bring it back to the zombie before we end the scene. And so you're like, can you give me like some kind of one grunt kind of sound? And we were doing that, I mean, like, for like 5 minutes going through just different sounds. Be like, oh, it's almost there. And then what you said...
Give me a Tim the Toolman Taylor one.
and she said, what's that?
And at the same time in unison...
You, me, Nathaniel, and Justin. So almost harmonizing our Tim Allens.
So we then got about 30 shots, 30 different...
but there's only one that was usable. Now barely, because she kept cracking up, which is fine, but I like how short it is, because it's just so sudden.
Oh, yeah. So it's not even... If you watch it now, it doesn't even look like a tool man, like, grunt. Yeah. But you can kind of... Once you know that, you're like, I see where this is kind of coming from. But
I think that was probably the most fun we had, like... while making it. It was very stressful, but I remember like doing that part and just having a good time and laughing and stuff. That was...
After a while, I think we were filming in that bedroom for over an hour or two.
A couple hours with no AC.
It was...
Because of the sound, which, fuck us, we should have had the AC running because we didn't use any of the sound.
Yeah. We were hopeful and optimistic. The first 2 days of filming, I mean, that was before we had really good grasp on what it even looked like, hence a lot of the autofocus issues.
Yeah.
But we learned after we got it all cut together, we're gonna have to do ADR, we're gonna have to do Foley, we're gonna have to redo.
Great learning experience.
That's the thing. I know coming out of that, it's almost like we threw ourselves into the frying pan and promptly fell into the fire. But
Yeah.
you know, but that's we learned from it.
People seem to enjoy it, so
I enjoy it.
yeah, that's. I hate it.
I don't
but that's
care
fine.
if anyone else enjoys it. No, please like our movies, but I mean, I think the big thing too is that it was a lot of fun to make.
Even if you don't like it, you should ironically hit that like button, that thumbs up.
Yeah.
You really show us.
Yeah, show us that. What exactly?
Because they're being it's irony.
Yeah, it's irony.
It's irony.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, let's see where we're at here.
Hi. You want to cancel your service call?
No, props to Clara for this line, because there's no phone ringing, no any
Yeah.
sound effects. We had to do all that.
And that sound effect there makes that work. We had to add that in because like me just pulling it out barely
Doesn't do anything.
It was so lame. We got that just a little. That it's a little sound
Yeah.
effect, but it makes it work.
Oh yeah, it's funny because the sound effect was an actual power plug, and it just does a little bit more.
Mhm.
And then the glass clinking.
Yeah.
Every single sound you hear is.
I think this was shot 2 weeks later.
Mhm.
There's some
Yes.
pickups. Was
I
that,
forgot. Yes, it was.
that shot? There are like 2 of them in here.
Yeah, the lighting is like a little bit
Weird.
What?
Yeah.
But
You
we
can't fire me. I've been here 5
changed
years.
something. I don't think we missed it. I think we changed something.
Yeah, it's because we had to come back in. We didn't like that was a few weeks later. But then I think right about here, that's the day. That's day of.
Oh shit.
So yeah, this was the
Yeah.
first day, and the other stuff was the other day.
So what are you gonna
Like
do?
that watered down. Was that Coke?
Yeah, it was Coke and water. Man, I gotta lose some fucking weight. I look like a
Oh.
wrapped ham.
Here, since we pointed out earlier, you can see the Bloom toddlers. There's now one more down.
Yeah.
And only one left to go.
Here's what I regret here is I should have changed the date for day 2.
Because it was a new, missed the
Yeah,
first one.
so we could have seen that. And I know that a few people pick up on it, but you could tell just a little extra thing that from when we saw him reading the book and falling asleep and not being able to do it, that he had pushed his test back. He had
Yeah.
decided, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. And
Yeah.
it's just, a sad little thing. And I didn't have that idea soon enough, which is unfortunate.
I think it works really well too, though, because time is not really heavily established. Everything takes place during the day.
Yeah.
Except for what is ostensibly kind of a night shot, I guess. The waking up after studying, but even then, it's not telling you what day it is, and so it works really well with the fact that this is the mindlessness of the job. He's at that point. In and out of consciousness almost of reality.
Yeah.
That it is sort of like you're flashing between the days, and so time passes at a really unknown pace.
Are you comfortable with saying why we chose that date?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't even choose that one. That was you. That was your
Oh yeah, that's
idea.
why I chose it, but
Yeah.
I wasn't like saying
No,
why.
yeah, because that's my birthday.
Yeah.
I was telling people as a joke that I only make one appearance on camera, but between different cameos to my possessions and my person, I appear like 7 or 8 times.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about earlier. I was going to say
because it's a
we should have put a Jordan counter at the bottom.
Oh.
I had that idea when we started this, put up a counter of every time
everything that
you appear somehow.
links back to me.
Which it's
Yeah.
what your arm.
It's my arm. Is
You're
the
driving the
zombie.
car during that transition.
So
so you can't really see you, but
because
it is you.
my car. Yeah.
And you are in it. Your voice pops up somewhere.
In the announcing, we
Yeah.
interrupt this
Yes.
program. We interrupt Thongs on Dogs.
Yes, that's you. I feel like
My glasses.
your glasses are on that asshole's face.
Mm-hmm.
Then
You have-
it's also your arm again in the opening where it's me and Jimmy and it's coming through the
that's what you're
the
talking
bramble.
about. Yeah, it's me in the car and in the brambles.
Yeah.
Which technically that's 5. If we count both of them on this board, you have my birthday and my last name.
Yes.
People are gonna find my identity or something.
Oh, and actually, if you look really close to that chart in the background, Jordan's social security number is on it.
Let's get back into it. We're almost through this here. We got some more stuff to talk about this next scene.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Man, you remember when my hair and beard were that short?
Yeah, that was quite a trip, huh? Remember?
That's not even a short beard. That's the thing, is like it doesn't look that long there. But the thing is I somehow have both no chin and a double chin. And so like this covers that up.
Yeah.
It's really like neck to nose for me.
I can't remember if we actually have all the footsteps in on this one or there's some shot missing somewhere.
No, we got it back in. It was the close up of the bottle that was missing from the original premiere screening that we got it back in for the festival.
Yeah, because we missed that for the premiere screening, but there was so much trouble with this last scene just because
Weather.
Well, filming it, and then even just in the edit, because they for all the sound effects, I mean, we recorded. We went out back behind your house and recorded some footsteps on gravel, but then linking up with each step. And then I think what happened at one point was I thought I had lost that scene or something, and it was like we had done so many versions of this project, like so many different cuts and edits that I was losing track of which ones had like broken files and stuff in them. I was panicking. I know there's a lot that, by that point we're like, this is, obviously there's stuff that isn't what we imagined, but, I mean, looking back on it now, I'm still really happy with how
Oh,
it's turned
for
out.
sure. And here's a great shot to talk about this on, a joke I've made to you before, is I've never heard of a reverse widow's peak, but somehow that's my hairline.
It's the partially receding,
it's
narrowly.
It's called the no hawk. It's just a strip in the middle that'll keep going back. The backwards Dracula.
Oh yeah.
There are other names I could mention, but
what's the?
We won't.
With the most hectic scene.
This gets a laugh a lot, and I like that. I like that shot, and then coming up is one of my least favorite. So we were under some stress.
The one of me, is that?
No, not that. I like that one.
Bitch.
But
I know it's
this was bullshit because we messed up the foul line, so we had to correct it with this. Rain was coming in. Everything was hectic. I had to that's great with the storm in the background, but somewhere in here we ended up having to cut and sit in the car for 10 minutes.
I think it was right before we did the last, so after...
It was like the showdown? Yeah, because I had to lean in the mud. No, my least favorite shot is the next one of me. I hate it. I hate it. I'm wearing those pants right now. I hate it. Shooting on the fly. It wasn't a lot of time to. Oh, you can see how wet my hair is now.
Mm-hmm.
It is raining right now. We had the camera under an umbrella.
Oh no, though I think that we did put a lot of work into trying to fix it. So you couldn't fix the autofocus, but almost every single one of those shots of the clouds was like masked in to darken the clouds the right way, like to make them match.
Oh, I do want to talk about that line I say there. It was like, "Do it, you rotten asshole," or something like that. Yeah. For some reason, I cannot hear that without thinking of Sam Rockwell.
Rotten asshole. Yeah, I can kind of. That's almost like his Zaphod.
I think that's it. Yeah. Like, for some reason, I hear that and I'm just like, oh yeah, like.
Listen here, Hamakavula, you rotten asshole. I could see that.
Oh yeah, Tony Stark, you shit ass piece of shit.
You shit ass piece of shit.
I can't help myself, even in the serious moments, like putting in some dumb line like shit ass piece of shit.
That's your brand, though.
Yeah, and I do that a lot. I can't, and I think it ends up being a detriment a lot of times. But you know what? Shit ass piece of shit's too good. That's a darling I'm not going to kill.
I think, in all fairness, though, we will never be at a risk of someone thinking that something we make is pretentious.
That's true.
Never seems to be carrying any more perceived importance than it actually has.
Yeah.
But that's why I think when people do tell us like, oh, that meant something to me, that line got to me, whatever it was, it's almost like it shows they're really being sincere about it, because it's like you can't see that, and it's a bit of a trip. It's kind of it encompasses a lot of human emotion in there. It goes from the happy to the sad to the angry.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what we're fucking doing here.
It's just whatever we want.
Yeah, fair.
That's the thing is like, if the end of this, what we're about to see, like, connects with you or resonates with you, that's great. I wanted it to do that, and I think this is the part that could come off as the most pretentious in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if you've been along with us on this journey so far with this character, there's a little bit of an emotional impact. It's a short film. You can't get the amount of development that you would like to from like a 90-minute feature. You can do your best, yada yada, whatever. But if you can, like, if you are able at this point to suspend your disbelief into a world where there are zombies and they are pests and not threats, and it's this whole thing, and still be emotionally impacted, I think that's pretty cool. I'm not saying that's what we're doing. I'm saying if the viewer were to feel that way, which is what I want, but not necessarily what I'm getting.
It's like we were trying to do a couple of different things. I mean, I don't think we can make something without trying to be funny.
I can't.
Yeah, but also we did have, there was a thematic goal. There was a message we were trying to profess with this film, and being able to do both of those things. Maybe someone prefers the funny bits. Maybe someone prefers the potential profundity of the message. But it's all there for you to enjoy in your own time.
Yeah. And in your own way, like, yeah, whatever you enjoy. Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, if you could find something different about it to enjoy, but you did enjoy it, hey, my job's done. I did my thing. And, like I said, it's a socialist Trojan horse. So hopefully, I'm planting some of them little seeds.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have some people that it opens up their eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now we're getting pretentious.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's keep going.
Wish we could have got the Marvel effects team to have the dust.
Yeah. I thought that wind sound effect was enough to nail it. And here's the other cameo of mine. That's my phone.
That's your phone. And we pulled that out right when it changed to 801.
No. Yeah. It was... we had to go through so much effort. While we were filming one of the shots earlier in the day, I was making this background to make it obvious, like we're looking at the time, the clock on it. Because who would have that as their wallpaper? But we got just a clear background, and then went through and we're manually setting the time to make it be like, okay, let's establish what we're going here. But I'm proud of that. That was a dumb little shot that I'm like, just little things. Oh, you know what I was going to say? The other small little thing that no one's ever going to notice unless I point it out right here is the date on the screen.
Oh, what is the date?
It's April 20th. But,
And now I have mud on my head.
Yeah, where did that come from?
I have no idea when that happened. I think it was actually in the shot before, too, but...
I mean, you did do the falling backward shot, getting back up, I think, probably just...
Originally wasn't supposed to open my eyes back up, but I liked how it looked. In the edit. That was like me ending the take.
Yeah, being like, we're done.
We're done.
But same thing with Brian's eyes, it just kind of showed up that way.
And I think that shot, that was the angriest I was during the entire thing. Because laying in mud and
after hiding
rained,
from the rain.
And it was just stressful. Like, I was so close to, I think, yelling at Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Not that he deserved it. He wasn't doing it.
He was just yelling. I don't even think I was there for a while. I was off to the side trying to...
Calm down.
Keep everything...
Jeff Ross. We got Jeff Ross.
We got Jeff Ross for our stunt driver.
I was just frustrated. I'm glad I didn't yell at Nathaniel. Absolutely. He doesn't even know that I was about to, unless he watches this. Like, trying to keep it together. Let's see, who are we thinking here? John Robison. Why did we think John? Oh, he gave us the lights.
Yeah.
Jimmy Olmeyer gave us the sound stuff we ended up not using.
Oh, we did use it for some of the stuff, but
ended up ditching it. Yeah.
And of course, They Might Be Giants for both of their lovely, wonderful songs.
Yes. Having them credited and giving them a special thanks, but thank you for that. Hey, what's this?
This is. I don't think we have anything to say about this.
The crowd yelling is us. What, 3 times over?
3 times over, just the two of us, 3 different times.
Our original logo, which I drew on my phone.
And that was a little sound bite we got there, because it's perfect tone. I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time.
Yeah.
But that was filmed when you were in the other breakout room.
Yeah. Oh wait, I don't know if anyone would ever notice this.
No, they're
There
not gonna notice.
The stains on the shirt.
Yeah, because we're not even gonna be using this after this.
Yeah,
fact.
yeah. Like if this is the only time. There's two stains in the shape of a J and a Z.
That was a little subtle thing. I thought that was well. I think because you meant talk about using it in this picture. I was like, maybe this, maybe that, maybe not that. And then you were like the stains, and I was like, yeah, let's go for it. That's stains works. You know, it's like was there even a lot of thought for the name Intellectual Films? Like,
We were bouncing stuff back and forth, and I had written some Medium articles at one point, and my bio was author, poet, intellectual.
Intellectual.
And intellectual was spelled
Spelled
wrong like this. And I thought that was really funny, and I was like, that's kind of what we're doing, I think, is making stuff that's like two ways to look at it.
Yes.
Either trying to be pretentious and smart, but on underneath is dumb and silly,
yeah,
or flipped. However you decide to do it, it works both either way. Where it's we're coming across this way, but it's more of this.
yeah. I think the way I was phrasing it, something that felt like when I was, what was I, editing or something? Maybe doing up the final touches on that for your reconsideration, where I was like, it seems like the name works really well because it's something where you watch it and you think these two are so, like, you think that we're so dumb that you end up being surprised how good it can be. And I was like, because I think from the get-go, somebody might watch that and be like, I mean, anything we do, there might be some parts of it with some of the silly jokes or whatever, and be like, this is so stupid.
And it is.
This is so.
I agree. They're correct.
So stupid.
Yes, for sure.
But then talking about that's what the real Trojan horse is. It's not that you're making something that's a veiled allegory. It's that it's so innocent, that we can end up throwing messages in because somebody thinks, it's just a silly movie. We're just having fun with it.
And really, labor's entitled to all it creates.
Yes. Workers of the world unite.
Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about? Anything we wanted to cover? I mean, just as like a weird little, not weird, just as a little update, doing pre-production on our next short, which hopefully the plan is to get to later this month, but
let's see. For those of you watching in the future, it's currently July of 2020 in the U.S. and
everyone's been so stupid. Sorry.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about why it's happening, but things have not been.
Wear your mask, wash your hands, don't go to school.
Yeah.
And that one's both during the virus and also just in general.
Yeah.
It's a broken educational system. Just don't do it.
Yeah. No, I don't know if there's too much. I mean, we'll have a lot more coming up for those of you watching this when it comes out. We're gonna have a lot more coming up here in the near future. We're already have in the pipeline some of the next free reconsideration episodes.
Yeah.
We will be most certainly at least getting something rolling on the next short film before we get too heavy into, I'm sure before the next For Your Reconsideration is uploaded. Yeah. But other than that, I guess we could probably just talk about some of the general stuff that we don't always have time for. If somebody's to watch to the end, they can see this.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're at 3 hours at this point anyway.
Yeah, right. We'll see how long this ends up being. No, I guess something, stuff we want to mention is just if you really do like what we're doing, we appreciate you watching everything we've done so far. We've got plenty more coming, and if you are interested in supporting us in any way, we do have a Patreon. It would mean the world to us to be able to continue to do this and make stuff for you. But so, yeah, we have to do our piece. We do have that down there. Other than that, definitely follow us on Twitter. We have one for the channel itself, as well as each of our individual Twitters. Zach is much more active on his Twitter. It's very funny.
Well,
you can quote me on that one. If they hate it, they can they can come talk to me about it. Other than that, I think the only big thing is we have started a Discord server.
Oh, yeah.
So really just enjoy looking for, kind of to start a community around that if you enjoy talking about movies or playing games, really anything like that. Definitely check it out. We've got links to all of that. It'll be in the video below as well as in the About page. And I mean, I guess just
like, comment, subscribe, all that. I know that it's annoying to hear that so often, but like, for how small we are, it really helps us out.
Absolutely.
And honestly, like, if you've made it this far, you're probably my mom.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like, who's watching?
I don't know who's gonna watch all this. Yeah, yeah.
But Yeah, like, thank you.
Seriously.
Thank
I mean,
you.
if you're watching to the end,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I think we're done.
Thank you.
All right, we're done.
Thank you. Thank you.